bam divertir, bam disfrutar.
E nos sei back de hashtag Siguimi, então agora que aí chega no momento para nos bem informar de tudo o que está sucedendo rond o mundo internacional de nosso segmento Siguimi News. Nos primeira notícia que nós queremos compartilhar com você de nosso Siguimi News se trata de spar exact geld e também spar na Holanda é muito chiquito nesse man aqui tá tem nesse man que nang trata op school na trata o tema de spar e também sem exact geld que nang tá hanya. Então esse máquina é opi less opi diferente ainda de banco também bem papi na tocante de spar e sem para o trata esse man aqui de esse man dispar e também Zachel que nós hora de nossa infância também nós conhecer assim né mas Zachel não aqui a mim conhece Zachel mas a mim conhece trapa bom mês é às vezes muito na Holanda a papai tiquito canta de Zachel também e nada na nem muito chiquito não também ou muito nango também o aqui na dor de notícia também algum tips de Zachel vamos aqui.
Hoog bezoek in Den Haag, want koningin Maxima is erbij om de Week van het Geld te openen.
We hebben vandaag geleerd, het is heel belangrijk om met elkaar te praten.
De Week van het Geld 2018 is officieel geopend.
De Week van het Geld is bedoeld om kinderen wat beter na te laten denken over hoe ze hun geld uitgeven. Want 8 op de 10 kinderen krijgen zakgeld. En kinderen uit groep 5 ontvangen gemiddeld €6,80 per maand. Terwijl kinderen uit groep 8 gemiddeld €11,10 per maand krijgen. Maar die bedragen verschillen erg per kind. Blijkt ook wel bij de kinderen hier.
Meestal €10 per week.
€10 per maand.
€1,50 per week.
Dat kan wel €10 zijn.
Als zakgeld krijg ik €2 per week.
Ik vind dat je er wel zuinig mee om moet gaan. Omdat je, het valt niet zomaar uit de lucht en zo.
En veel kinderen verdienen ook nog wat bij. Want de helft van de kinderen krijgt wel eens geld door klusjes te doen.
Bijvoorbeeld als ik het huis heb schoongemaakt of zo. Of de auto van mijn vader heb gewassen.
Ja, ik doe heel veel klusjes thuis en dat zet ik dan in een schriftje en dan tel ik dat bij elkaar op en dat krijg ik dan van mijn ouders gesplitst.
Soms dan zegt mijn vader of mijn moeder ineens, kan je bijvoorbeeld het vuilnisbuit zeggen en dan ben ik klaar en dan zegt ze hier, je krijgt toch €5 of zo omdat je het hebt gedaan.
Met al dat gekregen en verdiende geld moet je natuurlijk slim omgaan, zegt minister Slop.
Geld zullen ze hun hele leven tegen blijven komen. Het begint al als je heel jong bent, soms als je zakgeld krijgt en daarna ga je zelf geld verdienen, maar ook geld uitgeven. En ja, dat kun je maar 1 keer doen. En als je het niet goed doet, dan kun je ontzettend veel problemen krijgen. En als je het goed doet, kun je er ook heel veel plezier van hebben. Dus het is heel erg belangrijk dat er over geld gesproken wordt thuis, op school. En ook af en toe geld een beetje iets minder belangrijk wordt gemaakt. Want er zijn natuurlijk ook nog andere dingen in het leven die geld echt ver te boven gaan. Zoals vriendschap bijvoorbeeld.
Nou ja, uit het onderzoek blijkt dat die vriendschappen je ook geld kunnen kosten. Want veel kinderen kopen spullen die hun vrienden ook hebben.
Deze hadden de meeste van jullie wel gezien.
In alle soorten en maten.
En de spullen die YouTubers laten zien zijn onder kinderen ook populair. Zo zegt de helft van de kinderen dat ze iets wel willen hebben omdat ze het bij een YouTuber hebben gezien. Maar dat geldt niet voor de kinderen hier. Zij bepalen zelf wel wat ze leuk vinden.
Ik ben niet zeg maar zo'n groot fan dat hun laat zien dat ik het wil hebben.
Ik moet het zelf leuk vinden en niet omdat anderen het hebben.
Als je iets zelf ziet en bijvoorbeeld vindt het echt heel erg leuk als je het zelf koopt. Maar niet omdat andere mensen het ook hebben, dat je het ook moet hebben.
En de kinderen hebben nog een paar handige tips.
Ja, niet als je iets ziet, moet je het niet meteen kopen.
Goed nadenken voordat je iets koopt, denk ik.
Bewaar vooral geld voor later. En voor als je het echt goed kan gebruiken. En geef het niet uit aan onnodige dingen.
Maar gusto onze tips na goed nadenken voordat je iets koopt. Pensa bromek vou comprar algo. So bibia, nós como bem ene grande na nós comprar algo, sinta na node então que rato sem tá caído corto. Bang na América, caminha tem police program que nós of ja, aqui não corso timbia ora vou atender police opiene na cara da cai de amargo, pero aí não começa com programa de partnership between the at-risk teens and officer from the Orlando Police Department. Caminha programa caminha tem boat racing, caminha todo landa e partnership anto também laga e hobby se reconhece mais com e police nang di barrio of Ibanda. Bom aqui aí também.
Justin Wilkins and Marius Gideon have been patrolling Orlando's Paramore neighborhood for years.
Hey, how you doing, ma'am?
Here, crime and drugs run rampant.
I think the biggest problem is that some of the community doesn't want us there.
When they see the police, all they see is trouble.
But they're determined that the younger generation sees something else. And so for an hour a week, their focus shifts from the streets to the water. They call it Dueling Dragons, a volunteer program connecting Orlando police officers with at-risk teens, training to compete together on a dragon boat racing team.
It's something that you will fall in love with after your first time doing it.
These kids end up building relationships with us, and they see that there, is a different side to us. We are here to help them.
And not just preparing for competitions.
They see us in the boats, they're like, oh my God, these guys are human, these guys are paddling with me, they're breathing hard just as we are.
I want to be that mentor. Just because where you come from, it doesn't matter where you end up.
Now in its 8th season, both cops and teens find there's a lot to learn.
They're able to help kids that have no type of connection with police officers, so we can actually have a conversation to turn into a relationship, to turn into a bond.
Stroke by stroke, a partnership becoming even stronger on the water and the streets. Justin Wilkins and Marius Gideon have been patrolling Orlando's Paramore neighborhood for years.
Hey, how you doing, ma'am?
Here, crime and drugs run rampant.
I think the biggest problem is that some of the community doesn't want us there.
When they see the police, all they see is trouble.
But they're determined that the younger generation sees something else. And so for an hour a week, their focus shifts.
Este bota mira parte aqui para criar band de relação entre at-risk teen e também a polícia. Quando vamos por atender dia polícia anda bisou vivia ora teen of ora ainda mira polícia anda querer trouble que bem nota se necessário, pero toch não quer criar band para entre nang e também grupo me llamas at-risk teen. Vamos uma notícia que menos agradável que era a minha atenção no programa de Good Morning America. Se bota seguir notícia na internacional, lobo por tomar nota de dos maior que estava tinha of maior que tinha 12 muita de casa e estava da torturar e muita na aqui. Aí era tinha details detalhe na nova para o trata inteiro caso que no momento que com a dente né é maior não que estava torturar e família de 12 muita. Vamos aqui aí também.
And we are back now with new details about the California parents who are accused of starving and torturing their children in that so-called house of horrors. Now family members are sharing what their life is like behind bars. And ABC's Lindsay Janis is here with this story. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Cecilia. Relatives who have visited Louise and David Turpin in jail say the two parents are having very different reactions to the situation they're now in and the charges they face. They say one of them is apparently not living in reality while the other seems remorseful. Louise and David Turpin documented the lives of their 13 children, enjoying trips to Disneyland and Las Vegas, a smiling facade that hid the horror going on in this middle-class home. Inside, investigators found the siblings aged 2 to 29 living in filth, malnourished, some chained to beds. Most had never seen a doctor or a dentist.
They were very, very pale skinned, almost like they've never seen the sun.
Louise and David were arrested and charged with multiple counts of alleged torture and child endangerment. They haven't spoken publicly since their arrest, but this morning relatives are providing key insight into their mindset behind bars.
It's almost like she's living in a fantasy world, she's in much denial.
Louise Turpin's sister Elizabeth and cousin Trisha gave an exclusive interview with Dr. Oz after meeting with Louise and David in jail.
I know this will sound strange. I don't feel like I was talking to Louise.
Cameras were not allowed inside, but outside after the visit with Louise, the women say they're confused by her reaction.
Did she ask about the kids? No. I asked her about the children, but she didn't.
They say she even begged them to visit her husband. The relatives who say they haven't seen the Turpins in years say David's reaction could not have been more different from his wife.
Essa aqui tá algum detalhe para o que trata o caso aqui. Esses dois homens aqui muito não vivendo de uma situação desagradável, maneira bom mesmo para atender a reportagem. Nada não está muito pálido. E muitos aqui estão vivendo de uma situação menos agradável, hasta não está visitar ou não está ver um doctor nem um dentista. sumamente lamentável que hoje está agora aqui botem bisa que par de maiores assim aqui tratando par de jovem assim aqui não é data assim aqui então for algo que você imaginava solamente é trauma o jovem aquilo que dá basta anos tras vida de inteira situação com a viva aqui de na juventude. Bang América lá nós queda de América bang Parkland caminha no saco e acaba passa o luna acaba por da trata e massacre que tem com alaga saldo de 17 jovens morto caminha de jovem na 30 na high school então assim acaba com vida de 17 student e também estudante e também teacher. Nós mira a também se por assim notícia na internacional tem caminhada que usando e hashtag enough que está suficiente não é uma revolução pero agora média internacional da puntra essa aquilo work vamos aqui aí também aqui.
I really think that what we're seeing here are the early tremors of a pretty seismic event that could really lead to a wave of youth activism, voting, and even candidacies that reach far beyond the issue that instigated the Parkland response.
This is more than Parkland, this is more than Florida, this is more than the United States. This is something serious.
The Parkland student response has been a long time coming in many ways. The Parkland students have spent a lot of their lives growing up with leaders who are particularly unresponsive to the interests and desires of young people who are concerned about things like the lack of economic opportunity for folks who are trying to start their lives right now, the deterioration of the environment, and in this particular case, the escalating rate of gun violence in America. We've been long overdue for an event where young people finally express their frustration with being ignored for so long by people who are, in theory, tasked with doing something to mitigate so many of the issues that can upend the lives of young people these days.
To Congress, you are directly responsible for every community that is lost due to gun violence, and you have the power to change this. And if you don't, then we will change you.
It's unfortunate to say, but I think that if you've grown up in America in the last 2 to 3 decades, mass shootings in schools are almost a part of American culture at this point. The frequency with which they happen is just unbelievable, especially compared to the rest of the world.
Bawang ko lo que houve na que yabo para tu manota foral de mídia na internacional que houve na que cambio na que para torre tu uma medida para o que trata e compramento de gun loss de gun tudo isso aqui na nanta base com marcha a vida de live coverage para o que trata de mídia na internacional para mais exacto ABC de marcha de houve na que e também teachers na que na safety na escola passou nota promedia qual assim que está sucedendo por uma nota de tanto situação assim que caminha ainda da dentro da escola e também acaba com vida de estudante e também teachers não agora que nanta canando nanta of mehinda parte mehinda nanta da base com mart para assim na toque por batres câmbio pelo que trata lei de arma aí na Florida então para usando hashtag enough para hashtag suficiente. Vamos para nota mais positivo de parte de Farandula no 5 visa com Zayn e cantante aqui com Gigi Hadid tem uma relação de mais com 2 anos já Luna não sabia com Justin Bieber e Selena Gomez split então no 5 visa também com a Zayn e sua pareja que estava da Gigi também a causa de quit. Vamos aqui.
Zayn Malik and Gigi Hadid's relationship has sadly come to an end. I hate to break this news to you guys, but ZG is officially over. After 2 long and very beautiful, if you are following on Instagram, years together, young Hollywood's most glamorous couple, Zayn and Gigi, have decided to call it quits. The Sun revealed this devastating news to the world after a source close to the couple opened up to the outlet about their split. The insider revealed, quote, "Sadly, Zayn and Gigi have separated. They are no longer a couple, but they do remain close and are supportive of each other. The reality is that they've grown apart, having been together for a long time. They have crazy work schedules that would put pressure on any relationship." Although ZG have had their ups and downs, just like every other couple, the insider confirmed to The Sun that the split is as real as it gets. They said, quote, "This is definitely the end for now, but this isn't a bitter split, and they both have respect for each other. It's a mutual decision, so no one has completely ruled out a reunion in the future, but for now, that is not where their heads are at."
ZG to the end, com a combinação maneira o amigo colega Zinho da Visa na América sempre ora tinha pareja na que nanta que nanta mesclar na número me go de Selena e Justin Bieber na Medellina Zayn com Gigi Zigi. Eu me tenho visa a second powerful young couple tá bata Zayn com Gigi. Eu vou sa no momento como a minha notícia aqui me diz, em verdade, Zayn a maneira split. Ué, não sabe de como você tá com Gigi, pero lately, a minha com Zayn tá post hope riba su Instagram. Então Zayn de baina pa dia of dois dia de semana da minha Zayn tá post algo riba su Instagram, logicamente. Me estava vendo de Instagram, me tá seguindo Zayn via de Instagram. Então lately me tenho bisabo com no momento como tá aí, tu lo que está ali riba Instagram, a minha com Zayn tá post diferente portrait quase eu mesmo com a era mais 5 portrait de Zayn. Então, da desesperação por tabu, que ela começa a post portrait para quem te seguinte galinha que tá dentro do seu couch, pero depois de 2 anos na causa it fez. A minha vista tá sumamente difícil na Hollywood para manter uma relação fral e young obina aqui young. Once again, nós marca final nos #Siguimi News, vamos para o espaço comercial. Ora nós vem back, nós continuar com mais aqui de #Siguimi.